Alright, Trekkers and Trekkers, time for the third episode of Review of the Day with Hollow Pursuits. Here we go. The Enterprise in the process of transporting Mukulek biological tissue samples intended for use in combating an epidemic of Corellian fever on Nami 4. The transport of the samples is delicate, and when they find one of the sample containers is leaking, they are forced to destroy to prevent the contamination of the other samples. The Force tells Riker he is concerned that one of his engineers, Reginald Barclay, has been underperforming and notes he is late to help with the sample transport. When the Force does not realize it is that Barclay has been in the holodeck acting in a simulation of other Enterprise crew members, avoided contact with their real counterparts. The Force requests that Barclay be transferred from the Enterprise, but Picard recommends that the Force take Barclay on as a pet project. Okay. The Forge works on supporting Barclay as their team works to investigate the failure of unconnected systems around the ship. Picard invites Barclay to a bridge meeting to review the investigation, but slips up and accidentally calls him Broccoli, a nickname given to him by the crew. Barclay later returns to the holodeck to seek refuge in the simulated version of the bridge members. Attacking to LaForge, Guinan suggests that Barclay is simply imaginative and that LaForge keep a more open mind towards him. On her advice, LaForge visits Barclay on the holodeck and discovers the exaggerated simulation of the bridge crew. LaForge suggests Barclay get counseling from Troy, whose counterpart on the holodeck displays clear signs of sexual attraction towards Barclay. Barclay attempts to undergo a real counseling with Troy, but freaks out when she tries to relax him with the appearance of actions of his holodeck version of her would do, and ends the counseling session to flee back to the holodeck. When Barclay cannot be located to attend a briefing with Riker storms to the holodeck with LaForge and Troy to locate him. They find comical versions of the senior staff, with bubbling versions of Picard and LaForge, a slothful idiot version of Wesley, and an extremely short comical version of Riker. Riker tempts them to stop the program angrily, but Troy stops him, saying it might traumatize Barclay, and exploring this world can help them understand Barclay better. However, when they come across a sexed-up version of her, it's her turn to want to immediately stop the program, but Riker stops her, sarcastically throwing her own words in her face. They finally locate Barclay sleeping in the lap of a fantasy Dr. Crusher. Ooh. Suddenly, the Enterprise mysteriously accelerates to warp speeds, and Riker, LaForge, and Barclay go to engineering to discover the matter-antimatter injectors have jammed. The ship will continue to accelerate until its structural integrity collapses unless the injectors are cleared. The team is unable to come up with any immediate solutions that will work in the limited time they have, but Barclay realizes all the failures they have seen have been connected by a human element. A member of LaForge's engineering team has been present at each incident, so he surmises that somehow they became carriers of an undetectable contaminant. Using a process of elimination, they reduce the possible contaminants from 15,525 to 2. The contamination that has been interfering with the systems is quickly discovered to be Invidium, which was used as part of the Mukulek samples. They are able to quickly repair the injectors, stop the ship, and set a course for a nearby starbase to remove the rest of the Invidium contamination. LaForge commends Barclay for his contribution in saving the ship. Barclay returns one more time to the holodeck and addresses the simulated bridge crew, believing it best he leave them, and then deletes all of his holodeck programs but one, program number 9. I wonder what that is. Anyway, let's get a quick production note about this episode. According to episode writer Sally Caves, Reginald Barclay is a satirical depiction of Trekkies and their excessive obsession with imaginary characters. Yeah, I'd say that's kind of true here. So I say this is a pretty good episode, and the introduction of Barclay is kind of good, so yeah. So overall I give Hollow Pursuits 4 warp cores out of 5. Well, join me soon for the penultimate episode of Review of the Day with the most toys. So, until then, live long and prosper, everybody.